Well, hi guys, hopefully this finds you very well. My name's Paul, this is Plan Zed, and welcome to this little session where today we're going to be diving back into my 5150 patches, but this time the focus is going to be EQ. Now, what I'm going to talk about here is going to be relevant for all the patches that I'm going to be dealing with here. I've got some really nice dumbles and supros lined up for the next session, but our focus is going to be the 6 patches from the last 5150 video. So if you'll remember, we've got 3 patches in this Bank 43 at the moment, where if I bring up the back pickup, here I've got the gain on 12, okay? Now, what I want to show you is in the EQ, if we scroll along, what I've done with all the patches I'm working with, I've opened up the lows and the highs. So I've brought the low cut down to 75, brought the high here to 4K. This is just like a roll off of these frequencies, okay? So I've just opened it up, so I'm getting all the frequencies going into my GT1000. Ooh, let's not do that. And then here, with the mid Q, my understanding is if we scroll all the way to the left at 0.20, that is like a wide cut, okay? And if we come in all the way to the right, we get 3.00, which I think is a slimmer slice of whichever frequency we're taking out. I think it's a cut. I don't think it's a boost. Now, coming here, I've ended up on a Q of 1.3, and the frequency for my 5150s is 750, okay? Now, on my Fender style amps, for example, this frequency is 600. On my Supro, it's 600. But, and this is stock patches. They're not downloads of other people's captures. This is just what comes stock in the unit, okay? So, knowing that that's what's going on there, before we get into the GT1000 frequencies, we should just know that what I've done to these patches is, let's just make sure our volume's up on 10. With the depth and the presence, I've put the depth on 45 and the presence on 55, okay? So I've just dropped 1 by 5, bumped 1 by 5. And then commonly, I've just leveled the bass or the treble just a touch. So with a lot of the patches, I'm somewhere between 50 and 53 for the treble. Could be 52. I find it quite a subtle difference there. It made a world of difference with the dumbles, for example. But here, I'll drop some bass out, for example, when I get to the 3rd patch. So okay, so here I've got the gain higher, the preamp gain here, and then in this patch, I'm pushing the mids, I'm pushing the gain more, pulled a little bit of the trebs back, okay, and then in the bank below, we were changing cabinets. So in this first one, we put a Marshall cabinet on. Got a really nice mid push. This one here, I used the VIR, I think it is, and we dialed that in. And I should just tell you that along here, we've got microphones. So we've got a Ribbon 121 and a 57. Now the 121 I've got on 2.0. So this is a change to the session I did. I've just brought the mics in a bit. And here we're at 1.6 for the 57, okay? What I did want to do here is just, I think I've got the gain on 15. I just want to bring the gain to 12 because I'm going to stick a fuzz on one of these two. Just want to bring the gain back a bit. Now I might need to just check my level in a moment. just wanted something lower gain there. Okay, so I'm going to stay with that patch for the moment. Now let's get into the EQ over here. So what's happening is the guitar signal comes in. I've got a divide here where I've split up. I've got a twin sitting in the other side with a 2 notes cab M. And here we've got, in this send return, we've got ToneX. Now I'm sending on a level of 100 and returning on a level of 70, set to normal, okay? Now when I come to the EQ, I've got 3 EQ blocks. The first one is dealing with the highs mostly. So here I'm giving a bump of 6 to the highs. The low gain is left on 0 and the block level is left on 0. We're using a parametric EQ. Then I'm cutting 2.5K on a Q of 2 minus 2. And with 4K, I'm obliterating it. I'm taking 4K, 12 dB on a Q of 16. So this is a notch Q here, okay? Then, I should mention the high cut is at 8K. Then here, the low cut is in this one here. So I'm just giving the lows a little bump here. A bump of 2. The high gain stays flat on 0, and the level is bumped by 1. All I'm taking out in here is 315 Hertz on a Q of a 0.5 minus 2 dB, just a bit of resonance. And then I've got my low cut in here to 100 Hertz, okay? Now this one here is really how I'll shape my tones. So the levels are all on 0 for the first page, and then I'm pushing 1K by 1 on a Q of 1 by 2 dB, and I'm doing the same thing at 1.6 to get some cut. But I could shape this amp differently just by changing the EQs in this particular block, leaving the highs and the lows alone for a little moment, unless I need to make an adjustment, okay? So that's how my EQ is set up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come to the end of the chain, we're going to take those EQs off so we can hear what it sounds like with and without. But before I do that, we've got a stereo compressor at the end of the chain here. So I've got a level of a sustain of 50, attack of 40, level of 39, tone 0. Remembering here we can shape the tone here. If it's too bright, back it off. If it's not bright enough, we can give it more. But I try to work using the EQs before doing this. Then here, 1.4 to 1, the ratio. So it's a soft mastering style of compressor. And then 30% on the mix. What we're going to do is let's go to the patch. It's got a bit more gain in it. Let's take the compressor off. Shouldn't feel much difference. Now let's take these EQs off. Let's put them on. Definitely more mix friendly. So what we're going to try doing, now we understand what the EQ is doing here. I don't think I made any changes there, did I? Have I got my, let's put this compressor back on. So. Yeah, I'm going to leave that on there like that. Okay, so going to leave everything as it is there. What we're going to do is I'm going to go to one of the, this one. Let's go to a patch where we've got a fuzz, and let's select a channel on the right. Pull back the gain pot touch. Got my first loop. I'm going to change patch here. Be nice when this is MIDI synced. Let's get a clean clone on. I'm going to use the Marshall style cabinet, a bit more gain. give ourselves a bit of verb. Take a loop of that. Okay. So now let's go to the patch where we've got a bit more gain. Go to a patch where I've got a tube screamer on. What I might do is pull the camera out a bit, so you can see a few more of the buttons. Okay, let's I've been beating my head with stones in my hands, feeling seasick on dry land, going down a road that lead to nowhere, 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 nowhere. Okay, let's get those off. Okay, so in the room here, I felt like just need to sort my lyrics out, get my little performance together a bit, figure out a bit of a solo there, and then maybe work on that solo tone a little bit. Maybe change the cabinets for that solo tone. Who knows? I'll see where I get to in the end. Yeah, interesting to hear it like that now. It's got a bit more of a mixed feel to it in the EQs here. Hopefully that sounded okay. My first little chance to try sound checking a vocal with this unit now. So really like how the amps are sounding. Still feel like I need to give a little tweak, but don't we always? It's just the way of it. I'll catch you later. Bye.